Neonicotinoid insecticides are the most commonly used insecticides in the green industry. The green industry produces and maintains turfgrass, ornamental plants, and landscapes. According to a 2018 survey, neonicotinoid insecticides accounted for 43% of all insecticides used in the lawns and 29% of all insecticides used in greenhouses and nurseries. Despite their importance, neonicotinoid insecticides are under spotlight recently for their impacts on pollinators. A way neonicotinoid and other systemic insecticides can impact pollinator health is by contaminating nectars and pollen, which the pollinators feed on. Pollinator exposure to systemic insecticides through nectar and pollen has very important implications to the use and regulation of systemic insecticides. As part of Clemson University and PDREC's goal of creating sustainable environment in agriculture, the Ornamental Entomology Program has received funding from USDA Specialty Crops Research Initiative grant to determine how much systemic insecticide residue is in the pollen and nectar of flowering plants after they are treated with systemic insecticide. We conducted a series of studies in the last 3 years and analyzed for systemic insecticide residue in the pollen of sunflowers, the nectars of salvia, and the leaves of dahlia. This year, we work on Nephofia, also called red hot pokers, grown in pots in the hoop house at PDREC. We apply 5 different systemic insecticides at soil drench and foliar spray and at low and high label rates. We then collect the pollen and nectar from these plants and send the samples to the analytical lab at Clemson University's main campus for systemic insecticide residue analysis. Based on the result from the last 3 years, we can conclude that the residue concentration in pollen and nectar changes depending on the application method, the application rate, the product we use, and the time since last application. Without surprise, for all insecticides we have tested, higher application rates lead to higher residue concentrations. Drench application resulted in higher residual concentration than foliar spray application. The residual concentration was the highest at 2 weeks after applications and declined gradually over time. Most systemic insecticides resulted in residual concentration that was less than the level of concern, which is about 100 parts per billion. Only 3 insecticides resulted in higher than 100 parts per billion residual concentration. Flagship apply as drench, Marathon apply as drench, and Safari apply as both drench and spray. What this means is that most systemic insecticides are not likely to lead to significant negative impact on pollinator survival, but growers and consumers who are interested in reducing impacts on pollinator should avoid drench application, particularly with Flagship, Marathon, and Safari. Results from this research program have influenced recent registration decisions on neonicotinoid issued by the US EPA in January. This research project has provided plant growers and managers practical recommendations on using systemic insecticides while minimizing the impact on pollinators.